What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is June the 3rd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is focusing on today. Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, Jolt numbers are coming out at 9 a.m. That one's going to be the big mover for today. And in the second half of the day, you do have a lot of Fed speakers, and dependent on what they kind of talk on and what they mention, that could really move the market. The market's also digesting what was said yesterday by Trump. Not only did he extend some kind of Chinese goods to August the 31st, so the tariff pause, but he also did give countries pretty much a deadline of Wednesday. So kind of bold. But if this does pan out, then obviously I think the market will really move up accordingly. But we might have some deals coming as early as this week or potentially next week. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. Aside from that though, you do have currently futures somewhat mixed. Dow is down 0.12, S&P down 0.07, NASDAQ is up 0.03. This is moving finally, so this maybe kind of fixed itself, but fear and greed index is under the neutral category. As I mentioned yesterday, that's realistically where it should be, meaning people's appetite for risk is diminishing and not necessarily there. So we'll have to kind of just monitor that. But aside from that though, getting right to it, SoFi. So it is up slightly 0.29%. merely piggybacking off of the broader market. And so as far as today, there isn't any planned news or anything. They do have their fireside chat tomorrow, so that one could really help the stock price a little bit. But over the last 5 days, it's starting to finally build up some good momentum, up 2.1%. Shorts were a little bit more active yesterday, but I do anticipate them to be active today as well as Friday. A lot of key labor data, so we'll just have to kind of watch that. But going into today, 13.56% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 147.24 million shares overall are being shorted. Right now with it at 1372, it is right above this R2, so 1371 will be a key pivot for it today and will be so far acting as support. Flip side, you do have $14 being the next strong target. So if Jolt numbers come in better than anticipated, then I realistically see $14 being touched. So that's a pretty good move. Let me know your viewpoint on that. HIMS Health is up 6%, and that is because of this. So they did announce plans to acquire 𝗖𝗓, accelerating major European growth across the UK, Germany, France, and Ireland. So this stock is huge. It's getting more and more popular as days pass. So this one, I think, could potentially be a squeeze play, only because 31.38% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 61.1 million shares. Whoever's shorting it does definitely have deep pockets, because despite it going up over the last 1 year, 177%, shorts have been continuously increasing. So I anticipate them to try to probably suppress it today, but as what you've seen in the stock price in the past, it doesn't always work out too well for them. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But with it right now at $60 and change in the pre-market, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So you have very wide gaps. This is why you see a lot of volatility with him and hers. But 64 is going to be the next strong target. So that's going to be what you watch for today. Most likely, Jolt numbers, if positive again, could really push it there. But just naturally, I don't really see it getting there. Unless, you never know, you could see a squeeze play or something like that. But moving on, NIO, they are getting slaughtered. They are having their earnings. And yeah, I think essentially the writing was on the wall. Other Chinese EVs all flopped on their earnings, kind of lowered their estimates. So I think NIO was going to happen to NIO, unfortunately. But when it comes down to shorts, they are all over this company, and they have been. Typically does get somewhat lower volume for the most part. Two of the biggest things that move it is algorithmic trading and shorts. So I feel like shorts will definitely be trying to suppress it today on a technical standpoint, so I'll go over that in a second. But right now, 13.58% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 209.5 million shares overall are being shorted. Shorts really did double down, as you can kind of see right here, leading into the earnings. So they kind of knew that it was going to flop. But right now with at 335, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So 331 is going to be a strong support. Just watch for that, because if not, then 303 is going to be that next strong kind of support. Flip side, 349 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And I don't really see that being touched unless, you never know, something positive from their earnings is spun, or maybe very good future guidance or something along those lines. So let me know your viewpoint on NIO. Moving on, PONY. So they are down 1.83%, and I feel like it's piggybacking because of yesterday's news from it, as well as maybe NIO. So no official news today, so it's clearly reacting to both of those. And the reason why it would be going down because of NIO is PONY and Tencent have a pretty substantial partnership, and then Tencent and many automakers, but one of which is NIO, they have a pretty good partnership. So indirectly, I think it might be going down because of that, and as well just because of yesterday's news. 4.98% of the free float being shorted though, 7.83 million shares. That's what it works out to be. So shorts might be a little bit more active. You can kind of see that they have been kind of trying to suppress it. So yeah, I would anticipate them to try to break it a little bit more. With it at 17.22 though, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So shorts might try to break it below that 16.41. So that's going to be the next strong support. And if it does break below that, then anticipate 11.47. Flip side, if it does recover for whatever reason, 21.34 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So kind of just watch for that. And then last but not least, ticker's APLD. It is up 5%. Based on this article, it shows that it's just the market essentially digesting the recent filing, shelf offering, and the, I guess, unlimited possibilities that could come from that. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But 34.7% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 60.84 million shares. Same as many of the stocks I did bring up, including HIMS. Whoever is shorting this stock definitely does have deep pockets, because even with it appreciating how much it has, so for instance, over the last 5 days, it is up 35.2%. Over the last 1 month, up 99.21. Despite all that, shorts have been holding absolutely strong. So they have some pretty deep pockets all in all. But right now, 10 point with a $10 and change. It is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 10.97 and then 13.07 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. And this stock definitely does have a lot of good momentum. So it is realistic to assume that it will be touching those. And if it goes to that 13, then essentially that would be a 52-week high for it. So let me know your thoughts on that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. What stocks is floating your boat that you're watching today? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.